Okay. So, I shall give us our captain's log. Captain's log. Stardate 48192.6. The USS Artemis has been tasked with mapping the expansion of the Rolor Nebula. This mission is to chart this space, identify any potential dangers, gather scientific data. It should be a routine operation, so I'm not expecting too many things to go wrong. Best laid plans and all. Our security chief has been given the opportunity to review recent incidents on board to ensure these incidents never happen again. I just hope he takes some time to look internally. But we'll see how that goes. Edlog.
Okay, so that kind of sets up what the mission is kind of going to be about. I figure from the last episode to here, probably a week or so will pass by. So I'm going to give the first scene, I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to do whatever free role plays you want to do, set up. Any role play you want to set up between characters. It could be, something that happens on the way. It could be something that involves around this. So whatever you guys want to set up, I'll set up the scenes and I'll let you take the reign for the first bit.
I was wondering if I could walk around the ship, drop in on different departments if anyone wanted a unexpected captain's visit.
Yeah, I think engineering would be open to it.
I just got to populate some people in here. All right, and we'll go ahead and start the scene with the captain entering engineering.
Yeah, captain also will enter in. See, is it? Oh, I've got the wrong thing selected. God damn it! Nah, screw it. I'll figure it out in a second. Yeah, so he'll head in, look around, see. Is everyone a bit pressed? Is everyone nice and calm?
Yeah. I mean, Kane at least is calm, but focusing on a few of the readouts, and it definitely looks like he's trying to solve a problem.
God damn! How do we move tokens?
You just select it and then you could arrow key it. Or you could WAS it.
You cannot do this while the game is paused.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing too.
Oh, now I can move it.
Oh, nice.
So I wasn't losing my mind then.
I don't even know how to start the game, so.
We'll just blame the ship's computer.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll start coming in.
Kane will straighten up. Captain, pleasure seeing you down here.
I need you, Lieutenant Commander. I currently doing a walk around, not trying to put pressure on departments, but it's nice to keep a check in.
It's certainly good to see you, sir. Sure, it will say a lot to the department here to have your presence.
Is there anything you're working on, or any issues that have arisen?
Well, truth be told, sir, we're dealing with some power fluctuations throughout various parts of the ship. Just started really maybe 10 minutes before you walked in, and we're still trying to track down the root of the problem.
Oh, interesting. Do you need any other departments to link in?
I don't think so for now, sir. When we get a better understanding of the scope of the issue, I'll certainly let you know.
Wonderful. Like I said, don't worry having to reach out to other departments. I'd rather you all work together to solve issues and make it a big competition.
Understood, sir.
Considering the issues with the diplomats recently, do you have any opinions on how things have gone or should have gone?
Well, honestly, sir, I'm not one for diplomacy myself. A bit more comfortable with things rather than people. Well, given the situation we're in, I think things are running relatively smoothly. Of course, we've only been out here just a little bit, sir, and sure we'll run into a lot more.
Oh, that's good to hear. Well, not the possible things going wrong, but that things are going well. If you or any of your staff need anything, reach out to myself or the commander. I said we want to make sure we run as smooth as possible.
Of course, sir. I'll do so.
And the captain also will start to head out and just not shout, but loud enough for engineering to hear. Good work, everyone. Keep it up.
And as you're walking toward the exit, the lights in engineering turn off for a few seconds. You hear a wind down, and then they power back up.
Yeah, I'll just stop as I'm about to leave the door as that happens, and I'm just going to turn around and look at the chief engineer. I'm going to leave this for you.
Thank you, sir. We'll let you know if we require anything. And Kane is immediately going to turn and try to figure out what the issue was.
Yeah, I'll keep going now.
GM, can I run a diagnostic on the system? I assume he's doing that anyway.
Hold on. Go ahead and give me a insight, reason, engineering diff 1.
Insight. Alrighty. And I think I have that talent where it lowers, since I'm on the ship, in engineering, it lowers the difficulty. Which I think I'm gonna need. Would that succeed if it was diff 0?
Technically.
All right. I'll take it.
Do you want something from the ship?
No. Because he's trying to figure out what's wrong with the ship.
Actually, so I have the know my ship talent. Whenever you attempt a task to determine the source of a technical problem with the ship, add 1 bonus d20.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Roll one more.
All right, let's see if this one actually works. Hey, nice.
Well, it gives you a momentum at least.
Hmm. GM, is it like all throughout the ship, or is it like mainly certain parts of the ship that are seeing these fluctuations?
It's like scattered throughout the ship.
Okay.
You know, like for example, like the mess hall will all of a sudden lose power. You know, like the quarters on deck 6 lose power. You know.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not like localized to like sick bay or, the bridge or critical areas like that. Okay, well, he'll direct everyone in engineering to start diagnosing the issue and see if we can narrow down a reason.
All right. Oh, that's not what I want. Yeah, we'll come here. Figure we'll kind of set this scene up. The captain, you are making your way around the ship. You stop in for a quick drink, and there you sense Commander Walden taking a much needed respite.
Oh, Lieutenant Commander.
Sir, how's your day going?
I'm having a walk about the ship, just checking on different departments, trying to keep things a little bit more casual. You know how people get when a commanding officer suddenly appears in front of them.
Indeed. Although I know that the crew respects you a great deal, sir.
May I join you?
Of course, I was just catching up on some publications. And he'll gesture toward the chair in front of him. Would you like anything to drink, sir?
Maybe some orange and peach water. Still on duty.
Walden will go to the replicator and get that for himself and, or get that for the captain and a coffee for himself.
Yeah, I'm just taking a quick break whilst I'm walking around the ship, just Plus, if anyone has any questions for me, or they're always free to come up to me in the corridors.
I appreciate that, sir. I've just been lost in the data pad for a while. There's been a lot of studying to do before we enter the Rolor Nebula. Our knowledge of this expansive space seems to be fairly limited.
Well, that's the point of us exploring it and making notes.
Yes, it's nice to be back on the frontier again. To take the Artemis on a proper exploration mission again. It's what she was built for, after all.
Well, as long as everyone... Well, as long as the ship doesn't fall apart, which in this day and age would be a miracle in itself.
Well, she shows her age in some places, but I know that Kane and the engineers take great pride in her mechanical readiness.
I would agree with you 90% of the time, apart from the intermittent power outages we're suffering. I did have a brief chat with them, and they are looking into it, but if he reaches out for extra personnel, please give him a hand.
Of course, sir, and I've seen worse on newer ships. Sometimes old technology is more reliable, if fickle, for the inexperienced.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir here. Some ships were just made to last. What's the ship you've served on the longest?
Well, I spent a good amount of time on the Victoria, but I've been with the Artemis now for a couple of years. Before we set out on this current mission.
And how do we stack up to your previous crew?
Well, over the years the faces have changed, but I have always found it a pleasure to work with this crew and aboard this vessel. I think we're as ready as ever, sir.
Well, when everything goes inexplicably wrong, I will take that into consideration.
Well, I'm happy to jump in wherever I can, sir. I'm not I've never worked in engineering, but my science background has on a number of occasions proved useful.
Well, more than likely any assistance where people are asked for would be just numbers, hands locating. But, yeah. Sorry, I shouldn't keep you any longer. I know you are reading up. Thank you for indulging a quick conversation.
Oh, any day, sir. I'm sure we'll catch up again soon.
I certainly hope so. I will see you on Alpha Shift.
Yes, sir. Bright and early.
Yep. Also, we'll just give a nod and start heading out, and just nod at the other crewmen in there.
And Captain, as you're heading toward the door, you hear the unmistakable sound that both replicators in the lounge have just powered down.
Yep. He's gonna hear that, just stop for a second. He's like, engineering better reach out to somebody, and just continue on.
All right, and we'll end the captain's tour on the bridge with Commander Kerr at the con.
How's everything going up here, Commander?
We are still on course. We're about an hour away from being at Hathaway range for scanning of the nebula, sir. But everything
that's
seems to
good.
be smooth sailing so far.
Any issues have arisen on the bridge? Power outages? Calls from engineering asking for assistance?
Well, not that I'm aware of, sir.
Oh, okay. They're currently dealing with some power outages in random parts of the ship. So just be aware of that. And if they request assistance, to make sure we give them what they need.
Yes, sir.
But apart from that, anything else happening up here?
No, sir. Everything appears to be fine for the moment.
Very well. Carry on. I will read up some files while I'm here, but if I'll leave the flying of the ship in your capable hands.
Of course, sir.
All right, any other scenes or roleplay you guys want to do before we head to the next scene?
Nothing for me.
Yeah, nothing for me. I assume we'll continue trying to take care of this issue.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, nothing more for me.
Just using that to set part 2 of the scene. Okay. So we'll go ahead and enter the next scene when we throw everyone in their bridge position. So Commander, you're able to pilot the ship, and you just reached optimal scanning range to start your survey mission.
We're in position now, Captain.
Very well, let's get this show on the road, shall we?
Mr. Walden, you may begin your center sweep.
Aye, sir. Will that be a roll, GM?
1 second. God, I can't type today. Yeah, for whatever reason, my fingers are not typing spelling correctly, so please ignore the spelling errors.
Commander, I'm unable to break through the interference with our sensors.
Did we lose the commander?
I'm here. Did you send me something? Because I didn't get it.
Oh, no, just Walden said something to you. I just didn't know if you got lost or something.
She's like, we are in optimal range. I can move us in closer, Captain.
If that's your suggestion, by all means.
Yes, sir. Gia, she's gonna pilot the Artemis in closer inside the nebula and going to take it easy, given the interference issue. Captain, my console is dead.
Alright, somebody call an emergency stop.
Kira's gonna get up from her seat, move over to an auxiliary station to transfer helm control.
Yep, you're able to transfer it to the new console.
And she's going to put the ship at an all stop.
She responds.
I'm going to comms down to engineering.
Your badge chirps.
This is Captain to engineering. Please respond.
Engineering here, sir.
We've just had a issue on the bridge where the console powered down. We've managed to come to a full stop, but we're going to need to get that issue dealt with now.
Understood, sir. GM, have we been able to determine anything?
Not yet, but it seems the problem is becoming more widespread.
Sir, we haven't been able to determine the ultimate cause of these power fluctuations. The only thing I can say at this point is it looks like it's becoming more widespread. Until we solve the issue, looks like we may be running into some more problems, sir.
Well, For now, we're going to remain at full stop. If you have an idea of what's going on or can identify it, reach out to the departments. This is going to be a crew issue. Understood?
Yes, sir. Give us a chance, and we'll call other people in if we need to. Thank you.
Ready out.
In
Right,
engineering, Kane will.
We'll come back to engineering. Anything else that happens once you guys want to do on the bridge before I head down there?
Suggestions, people, before we that we can give to the chief engineer.
I would recommend we move away from the nebula, sir.
Understood. Full reverse until we're 5 light years out. Let's get some distance.
Understood. Joanna here will do that.
And you're able to move the ship away. All right, so then we'll head down to engineer. All right, I figure you just got the call from the bridge about the console powering down on them, as well as receiving more widespread reports of power failures and power fluctuations.
So yeah, after the communication ends with the bridge, Kane will slam his fist down on the controls and just say, all right, people, these issues are becoming more widespread. Console just went out on the bridge. The console, which obviously is not ideal. We need to figure out what the issue is soon and come up with a solution. He'll turn. Let me pull up May. Do we have May's character sheet?
You should just be able to double click it and it should pop up.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
You know, double click the token or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, she's a lieutenant. Okay. Lieutenant May, what have you found?
Oh, and for everyone else, feel free to jump in one of the characters here.
Still tracking down the problem, sir.
I'll turn to Gardner. Gardner, what about on your end?
I'll try playing Gardner. Nothing on my end either, sir.
Look, this can't be nothing. All right? This is our ship. We're the engineering department. We're charged with fixing issues like this. I want everyone head down, focused on this. Let me know if you need anything. And visibly frustrated, he'll attempt to continue running diagnostics.
Okay, give me a reason or insight engineering difficulty 2.
Okay. So he'll put a bold into it. I guess being on the ship and engineering lowers the difficulty, and then he has the I know my ship. Actually, in that case, I'll just roll 3. I won't put a bold into it.
Damn, gain 2.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, so you combine with your engineering team. You're all looking at your diagnostics, trying to trace the problem. When you see a power fluxion starting to form near the shuttle bay, and as you look, it seems that the EPS power relay let me make sure I word this properly. The EPS power relays and conduits in that section seem to fluctuate, and just as they do is when the power fails in that section.
Huh. Okay. So do they fluctuate maybe in the same way for each power outage? Is there like a pattern to the fluctuation?
I'll give you that for a momentum because I don't think you have free questions.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right. Looks like we'll have to get a closer look. Lieutenant May, you're with me. We're gonna head down and check these things out in person. They'll make their way.
Hi, sir.
All right, as they're heading down, we'll head back to the bridge. Just briefly, because I think I sent something to somebody.
I think I missed your last message. Can I try recalibrating the sensors at this point?
Yeah. Probably be a difficulty 2 task.
Cool. It's going to be a control science.
Yeah, or engineering. I'll take it.
Okay. Take a threat for bold.
I do like threat.
I'm a kind man. I love giving gifts. Would you take sensor operations for a focus?
Yeah, I will. Damn, you guys are rolling really well today. Gain 2.
Sir, I have recalibrated the sensors. I'm now able to get limited scans. We're still outside of optimal sensor range, but I'm able to gather some information.
Oh, right. The captain had to run really quick. So probably come back to that then. I suppose I'll reuse this. Who am I grabbing? You know, since we don't have a shuttle bay, we'll just use Theater of the Mind. You guys head to the junction where you detected the where the problem originated from.
All right, lieutenants, and assuming they brought an engineering kit with them, he'll start taking off the panel and get ready to have a look.
Right. Give me insight, insight or reason engineering diff 2.
Okay.
And you could be assisted here.
Cool. All right. Let's see here. All right. Yeah, I'll just use the I know my ship talent. I'm not sure if testing a theory would apply here.
No, because you're in a new role.
Gotcha. Alrighty.
Yeah, I know my ship is really powerful.
Yeah, like when you're on the ship, it's insanely good.
Will you take troubleshooting for focus?
I
For the
will.
assist?
That is very much what you're doing here. Game 2. All right, so as you pop the panel, parts of the EPS conduits almost look as if they're brittle, and part of it is starting to flake off.
Lieutenant, are you seeing the same thing that I'm seeing?
Indeed. It should not do this.
No, it should not. Uh, GM, he's gonna run a scan. I don't know. My gut's telling me like a biological scan, not to determine anything else other than like whether there's like an unusual biological signature.
Sorry, I was reading what was Captain wrote.
Yeah, no worries. It's just a hunch, like a gut feeling. He's going to run a biological scan, but nothing too detailed, just to determine if like there's an unusual biological signature here. Okay. Huh.
I should probably give you this though. Oh, she's a lieutenant, so you're the other character probably. As you guys look at it, it kind of looks like overuse almost that's causing the damage. You know, it kind of looks like maybe some of the damage came from like overloading the system. But, you know, the system hasn't really been taxed in a while.
Huh. Well, lieutenants, any thoughts?
I'm not aware of any power drain on the system. Could just be a faulty EPS relay or something else entirely.
GM, can Kane, I guess, look through I guess it would be like an equipment manifest, just to determine like how old the relevant equipment was, like the EPS conduits, like when they were last replaced and where they were replaced.
I'll give you that for a momentum.
Okay. Oh, wow. So we're talking like years old in this case.
Yep.
Damn. Alrighty. Well, lieutenants, it's like these haven't been replaced for a while. Looks like here since the original build of the ship in some cases. All right. He'll tap his comm badge.
It chirps.
Kane to engineering.
I think Casey, the character you were playing, was in there.
Yep.
We're gonna need repair crews down here. He'll give the location. Looks like we have some old EPS conduits and other related equipment. It's gonna need to get replaced. Let's send some crews down here and start getting this replaced. And Lieutenant and I will determine what other equipment may need to be replaced on the ship.
Aye, sir. I'm dispatching repair team right now.
Thank you. And then he'll tap his comm badge. Kane to bridge.
You guys able to hear this?
I am.
You're doing the wrong one. But Bridge here. What's the status, Commander?
Commander, I think we've determined the root of the problem here. Looks like a lot of this equipment on the ship hasn't been replaced since the initial build. It looks like it's, for lack of a better way of saying it, wearing out, Commander. We're going to have to replace many of these EPS conduits and potentially some other parts as well. So we're going to have repair crews working on it. Until then, we may have some issues with continued power fluctuations.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Commander, but given the age of this vessel, is it not standard procedure to replace these sections every refit cycle? 5 years?
Yes, it would be, sir. GM, how long is this? How long has it been since the ship has been built?
What's the number on it?
The registration number? Yep.
3593. That would put it a couple hundred years, right? At least 100.
It probably didn't go sometime in the 2290s with that. Somewhere in the mid 2290s. So less than 100.
Yeah, maybe pushing 80 years or so.
Huh. Okay. So that would be something the player wouldn't have been aware of, but hopefully the character would be. So literally the readings are showing it hasn't been replaced for 80 years at this point?
Some of them, yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Commander, either the prior engineering teams were horrible at their jobs, or there's very likely something else going on here. Either way, we'll get a few of these replaced in the most critical sections of the ship to make sure that we can at least maintain some power, and we'll continue our investigation.
Understood.
Oh, and Commander, if you wouldn't mind sending Commander Walden down to maybe make use of his science expertise.
I will notify him, but he's currently occupied with other tasks here on the bridge.
Well, whenever we can get him. Thank you, sir.
Understood. Bridge out.
All right, we'll head up to the bridge, and then I figure you can start coming up with a plan of attack, so when we come back to engineering, we can jump on that. I think the captain is indisposed at the moment.
Here would call for helm replacement.
Right. You had the
That console's dead.
Yep, you had to transfer it.
Fender Walden, proceed with your scans. Given our power fluctuation, there could be something nebulous out there that's affecting the ship.
I'll do my best to manage power fluctuations from here and maintain a steady sensor sweep. Will that be a roll, GM?
So like I put in there, you are a bit too far because, the captain backed you guys off 5 light years. So you're not able to get the detailed scans at the moment.
Is there any way to increase the intensity of our sensor scans? Sensor sweeps? Or even to sweep for something short range that could be affecting our systems?
The way I see it, there's probably 2 options here. You could probably launch probes that would increase your range. That would be the easier approach. The harder approach would probably be to attempt to extend the range of the ship's sensors. That would probably be a harder task.
Well, in this case, Walden will recommend to the commander that we launch sensor probes that we can link with.
Very well. Tactical followed torpedo tubes 1 and 2 with 2 probes. Mark 9.
Yes, Commander. I believe that is creating an advantage. So probably just control security. Or
What difficulty?
Div 2.
Sensor operations for focus? Or sensor probes?
For the security guy?
I don't
am I
remember
launching
him.
probes?
What was that, Commander?
I don't think it's a roll, but I'm looking it up.
I have like 14 control security, so I think I can make the roll.
I mean, I'll probably say it's a roll just to get them set properly. In the proper positions or whatever. See, I'm not sure if it's a roll either, but to use the probes, but I think to set them properly, I think is how I'm looking at it. But yeah, that could either come from tactile or it could come from sensors. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, there's no room. Sorry, roll to fire the ship's probes.
Okay. Yeah, I just figure
just-
I just figured the role would be to set them properly in the proper positions. That's probably what the role would be for. Because yeah, I think you just get them because they're on the ship. So yeah, so I could see this being control, security, or yeah, probably just control security.
Difficulty 2.
Yeah.
All right, spend a momentum. And I'll roll 3 dice. Would it be, would any of my focuses apply? Sensor operations or computers?
Probably not. No, probably not. But you can be assisted by the ship's weapons security.
Right.
God, can you guys miss at all, please?
Why would I do that? Said sensor security?
Yeah. Don't get a sensor security roll often. You are able to launch the probes, and you are able to pilot them into a position to effectively extend the range of your. And you are able to get a much clearer and detailed map of the edge of the nebula.
Commander, I am able here to get just a map of the edge of the nebula, and he'll distribute the information to the other officers on the bridge.
All right, and we'll head back down to engineering. We will enter new scene. We'll come back up to the bridge for more detailed rolls in a second. But I believe engineering was working on a plan about what to do about their issues.
Yeah, so first things first, just as a sanity check, Kane is going to go over the EPS conduit logs, just to see exactly when they were replaced.
Give me an insight engineering, probably a diff 1, just to go through the maintenance logs. You can be assisted by the ship's computers engineering.
Cool. His insight is not great. Would I know my ship apply to this?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just go for it. I'm on ship.
So if you don't get any successes, the ship can't roll.
Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, he's not going to burn his determination for that. See, can I re-roll anything? Yeah, none. I mean, unless I can use testing a theory, but I'm just reading logs. So
Yeah, I'll give you a success at cost here.
Okay.
So you start pouring through the logs, and you know, the vast majority were replaced on schedule. You know, probably around when they needed to, or if they needed to be replaced. There are a select few that were probably overlooked and are still the original. You know, the original conduits. You know, and that would probably date at the time the ship was built.
This is interesting, Lieutenant. Wonder why the previous engineering teams skipped replacing these. GM, would Kane know of any engineering crew that was on the ship with the previous chief engineer?
Probably not, because I think most of your crew's younger.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, he's going to look for any written records as to why certain conduits weren't changed out.
The best thing I could give you is, if it's still serviceable, why change a 2-mile long conduit?
Yeah. Okay.
You know, because like the conduit is basically like how in your house you have wires that connect to various things. That's
Sure.
what the EPS conduits basically are. So, you know, like they're intertwined throughout the entire ship. You know, sometimes, you know, you're not going to replace the wires when you can just replace the relays by the wires, you know.
Gotcha. But like, so the relays have been switched, but the conduits haven't.
Correct. Yeah. The ones that were deemed still serviceable stayed.
Gotcha. So are these that haven't been replaced, are they the ones that are associated with the power fluctuations, or no?
That's probably going to be another roll because you failed this one.
Okay.
Give me a diff 2 roll.
Okay. Well,
Chen may assist.
Yeah, sure.
alrighty. Take a threats.
And now that I fixed my headphones issue, I think I could hear these now. Ah, that's better.
Nice.
You said threat?
Yes, please. Alright, he'll re-roll that one failure. Does the ship get an assist?
No, because I think you're looking at the ship.
Gotcha.
How to word this? So what you were asking is, Just remind me of what the question was.
Yeah, it was basically if the old parts are associated with the power fluctuations, or if there's no correlation between the two.
It's probably maybe 50-50. Maybe half the new ones are starting to fill, half the old ones.
Oh, okay.
But I will say that the old ones are more noticeable.
Gotcha. Huh. Okay. Yeah, I mean, based on the patterns of these fluctuations, I mean, is there any way to temporarily reroute around the damage sections to at least maintain core power to the ship?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, well, he'll log that, and then, yeah, I guess. No, I'm still really curious as to like the actual issue. I mean, is there like a sensor sweep or something that we can run from engineering to detect if there's any sort of like outside interference, or like try to help us narrow down if like there's interference coming from the outside, or if it's like entirely localized to the inside of the ship?
I think that is a good time to head back up to the bridge. Because he's about to do some sensor scans himself. Oh, I should say we are in a new scene at the moment. All right, Casey.
Did we gain one?
Huh?
On the last one, did we gain momentum?
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, yes, a threat.
Okay. So, Casey, you just set up the sensor probes. You position the probes probably near one of the larger areas of expansion, the main part that you were trying to focus on. Go ahead and give me a difficulty 2 controller reason signs.
Sensor operations for a focus.
Yeah.
Take a threat. Max out this momentum. Am I assisted by the ship?
Yeah, sensor signs.
Thanks, ship. Well, I'll use 2 momentum to squish it.
So you can't actually do that anymore in 2nd edition.
Wait.
Yep. Which is good, but you do have the option of giving me 2 threat if you didn't want to have the complication.
Well, what's another 2 threat gonna do?
And I'll take the threat this time. Because I still figure the GM reserves the right to not take the threat to use it here, but I will give you the information here. So as you start to scan, you do notice that there is something anomalous coming from this area of space, and then I'll give you the information. You know, as
Yep.
you're scanning, you do notice something anomalous.
He'll say, Commander, I seem to be getting some anomalous readings at the center of the expanding area of the nebula. It seems as though sensors aren't picking anything up at all at this location. From what I can gather, it has all of the characteristics of dark matter, but we would have to get closer to get a more detailed reading.
Do you think you can launch a probe into that region?
So I just got logged out of the game for some reason.
Yay.
GM, can I send a probe directly into that area? Let's say get back in the game, if.
Do you just do it?
If we have more probes ready to go, yeah.
Well, I mean, you can have as many probes as you want.
Yeah.
So you launch the probe, sending it toward the anomalous reading, and as you're tracking it on your sensors, it suddenly disappears, as if ripped apart by something there.
Commander, no luck with the probes. Something out there seems to be destroying them before they can reach their target area.
Could that be that dark matter that the probe interacted with?
It's certainly a possibility. It's difficult to say at this range what exactly we are dealing with.
Change the directory from the original probe and send another one.
Carter will comply with that order. I'm still not back in the game.
As you send this one out, you really start focusing on the probe, and as it gets closer, you notice that it is reading a increased gravimetric force, and it too was destroyed.
Commander, watch another probe, but have the directory stop right before it would collide with whatever shield it is to see if you can't pick up any sensor readings.
Aye, sir. And he'll program the probe accordingly.
All right, give me a to program this one. Give me a control engineering.
I still can't rejoin the game, so if anyone wants to roll for me,
Oh,
they're
you
free
need to
to.
relog into Forge.
Yeah, I did. Oh, I think I just booted back in. That took a while.
Huzzah!
What is going on? Okay. Control engineering difficulty? What's the difficulty on it?
Div 2.
Will I be assisted by the ship?
No, because I think you said you're calibrating the probe, so no.
Was the last roll difficulty 2?
Can I use testing a theory for this? You may roll additional 1d20 as long as you succeeded at a previous task covering the same scientific or technological field.
No, this is something different.
Alright, I will spend 3 movement for 4 dice.
And you were worried. Gain 2. So yeah, you successfully calibrate the probe to go on a certain heading that you want it to stop at a certain area. And you launch it, and it is piloted there. It is still picking up a lot of gravimetric interference, and just higher than what you expect gravitational forces, but it is holding at the moment.
So all we're detecting is just gravimetric forces?
At the moment, yes. Like just like you haven't made any detailed scans of the region yet. It's just this is just what's acting on the probe.
Going back into the research that Walden has been doing prior to this mission, has there been any reports of gravimetric anomalies in this region of space?
So this region of space is actually known for anomalies and the such. So I guess yes.
Am I able to narrow it down to what?
But probably
what
not.
are the prevailing gravimetric anomalies?
But probably not to this extent.
So this is a particularly large one or severe one?
Yeah, because this one just so happens to coincide with the expansion of the nebula. You know, like they've never had an anomaly like this. Well, in an area of the nebula expansion, so to speak, if that makes sense.
Right. Just trying to figure out what path of inquiry to take next.
Oh, there are other people here, and I already told this to engineering, but they are aware of the sensor readings because A, they asked, and B, they'd probably be roped in anyway.
Yep.
So just because Commander Kane is not here, he technically is here.
So, measuring the gravimetric, or the gravimetric readings I got from the probe, do I know how that might affect the ship if we were to approach it?
I could give you it for a momentum.
Sure.
Yeah. The ship would probably be faced with, the gravimetric forces, the gravimetric shear, and things like that. There are things you could do to try to help mitigate that. Increase structural integrity, adjust shields, and the like.
Would it be any easier to do that, like make those modifications to a shuttle, or to try and bolster the integrity of the ship?
So the shuttle obviously would be weaker and might not be able to withstand it as well as the ship would. Like the integrity fields are just smaller.
I just figured smaller object might have actually less impact from a gravitational anomaly if we bolstered it, but and do we have any high resolution probes, or is there any other way that we could get more detailed information without bringing the ship closer? Or
Since the probe's there, you could try to scan the anomaly now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I'll do that.
So this one would be a base difficulty 3 scan. Reasoner control science, assisted by ship sensor science. So I guess that makes... You have advanced sensors, right?
Do we? Let me see.
I think so.
Advanced sensor suites. There you go. So it's difficulty 2?
Yeah.
Alright, take a threat.
Before you roll, though, since I just looked at how much should I have, I am going to make this complication range 2.
Yep, no problem. And sensor ops focus?
Yep.
Are you selecting focus on the task roll?
Yeah, I did.
Gain a moment.
Well, and you rolled a 2. That's why I'm curious.
I think in that one he didn't have a focus. Because
I didn't have a focus for the probes.
Yeah, he was
programming them.
Yeah. Programming the probes. I put all those random signals just to just to cause the break. Because I'm giving you a lot here.
Commander, the I do believe I'm detecting now a dark matter pocket. A very concentrated one at that. It's causing a number of gravitational waves and disturbances, and this one I do believe is influencing the expansion of the nebula through its gravitational pull and creating localized subspace instability.
Any recommendations?
GM, is this anomaly like expanding? Is it going to start posing a threat to nearby areas? I mean, the nebula is expanding, but will the effects of the anomaly also be expanding?
I'll do it for a momentum.
Go for it.
It's possible in like a couple hundred years that this might start to affect nearby systems, but you're in a pretty unpopulated area, so like there's nothing around, like no planets or populated planets that might get affected by this. But if it expands for a couple hundred years, then it could start to affect more nearby systems.
And is this anomaly is like blocking our path into the nebula, though, for the purposes of our survey mission?
It's a good possibility that you might run into some unexpected gravitational waves, maybe run into some of this subspace instability. Obviously, the closer you get, the more pronounced it is.
And by tuning the sensors to these gravitational waves, would we be able to dodge sort of the effects of the anomaly and proceed safely into the nebula?
It'll certainly make navigation easier. It'll act as a little bit of an early warning system, so you'll at least be able to potentially steer clear of it.
So yeah, Walden will pass these recommendations to the commander. He'll say, Commander, it's possible we could tune our sensors to be better prepared to detect these gravitational waves in order to proceed safely into the nebula, but there's always a risk when maneuvering around such anomalies.
Go ahead and begin the modification to the sensors, Commander.
All right.
Aye, sir.
As you guys still working on that, we'll actually head down to engineering, where, like I said, Commander Holden. All right, sorry, that's Commander Kane, right? Like I said, you've been you've been keeping track of what's happening on the bridge, and you've been given the sensor information as well.
Okay. So, I guess, just from my prior reading and maybe prior education, would I be aware of any research done on these types of like dark matter interfering with ship power systems or something?
Mostly because the GM hasn't thought of that. I would say no.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if it's, just old equipment that hasn't been replaced for one reason or another that's starting to crap out, we can replace that. I just want to make sure it's not like some sort of interference that's degrading the power systems.
Let me rephrase. You don't know of any studies that have been done around dark matter and their
Gotcha.
effect on potential ship systems.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so based on what I know for now, like we directed the repair teams to replace those systems in question. Anything on our scans that have shown old equipments, especially the relays, I'll be directing engineering to replace those. And also, depending on if we can replace those or not, we can route around maybe some of the affected systems, again, just to try to make sure the ship is in tip-top shape. So that's the first order of this.
Go ahead and give me a presence engineering or presence command. I'm going to make this a difficulty 3.
Okay.
To order your engineering crews to do all of that.
Gotcha. Okay, scanning my talents. Nope. Nope. Not that one. Alrighty. Yes. Yeah, I'll spend a momentum to roll another die, and then would you take lead by example as a focus?
I think I will.
Alrighty, awesome. Cool, and then you said difficulty 3?
Yeah.
Do I get an assist?
Probably not an assist, no.
Gotcha. Because
you're ordering your teams.
Yeah. Cool, makes sense. Okay, in that case, I'll roll a bit more, take a threat, and then I'll spend 2 momentum for 4 dice. God damn it. All right. So he gets to re-roll one of those. So, oh shit, I didn't use focus. Oh
well. Wow.
So yeah, he stands up and apparently is the least convincing chief engineer ever. God damn it. Prax, like, I don't know, man. I want to save it, but I think you might be right. Yeah, can he burn his determination, value, act with confidence, even if you don't feel confident?
I think this applies perfectly here.
Pretty much the perfect case, yeah.
See, I don't think you're confident at all about the situation.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, I think the 3 was actually like, what's your engineering? It's like a 4, right?
It's 5.
Oh yeah, so you technically have 2 successes already. Because you did have a focus.
Gotcha. So 2 successes. So is it 2 automatic successes? Okay, so I do have to re-roll the dice.
Yeah, this is a re-roll. You're using it to re-roll. Wow. You got it, though.
Barely.
So with the amount of issues popping up and the number of relays failing, your engineering team initially start off confused, but as you start showing them and working with them and leading by the example that you're setting, they're able to grasp it. And actually, I will say that one of the things written is to reroute around the affected area, so that's a very good fix. Temporary, but a very good fix.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
So the systems are showing to be a lot more stable, at least the ones that are being repaired, but this is obviously going to take time. So you still have the possibility of systems going haywire, but the number of systems failing is starting to trend down.
Awesome. Cool.
So much so that when we head back to the bridge, the cons station turns back on.
Ensign Winters, I believe, or sorry, Ensign Walker, I believe you can resume your station keeping at Con. Seems
I'm
like
in.
you're as part of the problems we're having.
I think Casey is away for the moment.
In the interest of filling dead air, Kane will tap his comm badge. Engineering to bridge.
Wait a minute, I have one of those. Sorry, we have sound effects now.
Go ahead.
Nice. Yeah, Commander. We've instituted some repairs and, well, more or less temporarily routed around some of the damaged systems. Things should start to calm down a bit as far as the power fluctuations go, but it's a shorter term fix. We'll keep trying to work on a longer term fix.
Did you have a ETA on that longer fix?
GM?
The ATA was for...
I think the commander said longer term fix.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's going to be a
So,
week or two.
Gotcha. Commander, we're probably looking at a week or two.
You know, because to get to the conduits, walls have to be taken down. You got to get the conduits out. You have to reroute while you're doing all that. It's an involved fix.
Is this something that needs the vessel to be dry docked, Commander?
I think we can accomplish the repairs out here, but, well, if we have the opportunity to dry dock, we can take care of it more quickly and also restock on equipment, sir. I wouldn't say no.
Very well. Good work, Commander.
Thank you, sir. One other thing before I let you go. I was reviewing the sensor readings down here in engineering that Commander Walden took. Not my area of expertise, but I am wondering if, well, the dark matter pocket that we're encountering is adding stress to the ship. There's nothing that I can remember in the literature about this, but it seems pretty coincidental.
It does. Do you think you can bolster structural integrity?
I'll see what I can do, sir.
Understood.
In out.
Well, this nebula is not going to map itself. Commander King, or sorry, Commander Walden, if you would please direct coordinates to Hal to begin a preliminary survey of the nebula. Let's try to keep a wide berth of those dark matter pockets.
Yes, Commander, I have the sensors tuned and ready.
You may proceed at your discretion.
All right, so what exactly are we doing here?
Our orders to survey the nebula, and we're essentially going to avoid all the dark matter pockets that we see.
Okay. All right, so I think there was a roll for structural integrity increase. Roll to something about sensors was mentioned, yeah.
Yeah, just start
Yeah.
our survey.
Like, Walden will be trying to vector the ship so that we're not plowing through the middle of a gravitational wave.
And you guys are just trotting along the edge of it, yeah?
For now, yeah, given our power issues.
Okay. So structural integrity. This will probably just be a difficulty 2 task to up it a bit. And it'll be we could go either control engineering, or we could even do presence engineering if you wanted to donate that to somebody. Kane still there?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, hey. Sorry, you guys were kind of cutting in and out. What was the question?
We're just setting up the task roll to continue the survey. So I think the first thing was increasing structural integrity.
Yes.
So this will just be either a control engineering if you're doing it yourself, or a presence engineering if you're directing. Diff 2.
Yeah, they are exactly the same role for me. Let me see if...
And don't forget, you do have your superpower.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he'll do it himself. So control engineering. Let's lower that difficulty by 1. And then you said it was 3 originally, or 2?
2.
Okay, so that would be 1. Would emergency repairs apply?
No, not for this.
Gotcha. Okay. And we're just giving you so much threat. Take threats. Try it. You'll reroll one of those.
Gain 3. All right, and then we could do some probably pilot to get into the best position to start the scans. You could either activate the character or the commander can handle that yourself.
Activate her. To get. Does the captain's talent apply? Or yes, step away.
If the captain's able to come back, I will give you the 2, but for now, just the 1.
They don't get anything, so that's okay.
I will spend some threat here because you have given me so much threat. As you start piloting, the sensors kick in with all the improvements that what do you call your character now? Commander Walden has made. And as you travel, there does seem to be an increase in a lot of the gravimetric waves as you go through. So I'm going to make this a difficulty 3, complication 2.
Hell operations for focused?
Yes.
Has the ship assisting?
Yeah, engine's gone.
Give you 1 threat, 2 momentum.
Damn. Even the supports are rolling really well today.
Oh,
And
shit.
apparently the engines love this on the ship. So that'll be gain 3. And seeing how the commander expertly flies the shuttle and taking some pointers, Ensign Walker is able to expertly pilot the shuttle, avoiding most of the gravitational waves. I mean, there is turbulence here and there as you go through, but nothing the ship or you can't handle. Didn't I say shit?
You said shuttle.
Okay. The ship. Yeah, and then it's just the scannings. Okay, Walden, you're still here, right?
Yeah.
I still keep calling you Casey sometimes. I apologize.
Well, I did play that character for like 3.5 years, so.
Yep. Yep. I still call Prax. I still call Pend or Captain Ozel Pend all the time.
Old habits die hard.
They do. All right. I'm gonna make this base difficulty 3 for your scan roll to continue the mapping. assisted by sensor science. So it'll be control or reason science, sensor science. Base diff 3.
Okay. Take a threat for the reroll, I guess.
Then we just need ship sensor science.
Yep. So, 2 momentum. Can I use the float to create an advantage?
What advantage would you like to create?
Well, now that we have some data from navigating through like the initial anomalies, like our sensors are just totally properly tuned to it, we should be able to.
Yeah, you caught up.
I cut out?
Yeah, I think the last thing I heard was we should be able to.
Yeah, sorry. Must have been my connection or something. I was. Would I be able to, now that we've gone through like the initial navigation into the nebula, would we could use that data to say that the sensors are totally like tuned to picking up these anomalies, so we shouldn't have any of them sneak up on us?
Yeah, we could say that your sensors are in position in a way that you shouldn't have a surprise visit from anything.
Roger.
I'm okay with that.
Cool.
So now what you get from all of this, you probably spend a few hours, we'll call this a few hours, starting to map the edge of the nebula and where the expansion is. And what you notice almost right away is that there is a leading edge, almost like a bulge, that is expanding faster than the rest of the nebula, and it is expanding faster than it would naturally. You pretty much already know that from the previous scans, but like now you can really see how pronounced and how quickly the affected area of this anomaly, this dark matter pocket, is expanding. You know, just orders of magnitude quicker.
Could something like this be like created by like technology?
You wouldn't have enough information to know that. But it's a good hypothesis to roleplay with.
Yeah, like I just know that this is way more than should be naturally possible.
Yes, yeah, that you could definitely make the case for.
In that case, he'll say to the commander, this nebula is, as we know, already growing at a rate that is beyond what should be possible. I don't have enough information to formulate a proper hypothesis yet, but Something clearly is accelerating this nebula beyond what should happen naturally, so it's possible that maybe technology is involved here.
Do you need to collect more sensor data on this? Or do you think if you took a science team into one of the labs to begin analyzing the data that you would be able to come up with the hypothesis of the reason why behind the accelerated rate?
Unfortunately, Commander, we're limited with what we have now. To really understand this anomaly, we would have to get close to the dark matter and perform a close-range sensor scan. We would need all the power of the Artemis's sensors to get what we're looking for.
Understood. Bridge to engineering?
Engineering here.
Commander, we're gonna need to go deeper inside the nebula to collect some information on this dark matter. Do you think, given the issues that we're currently having the ship will be able to hold out? Given the current gravitational anomalies that is afflicting the ship at present.
GM?
Through your work, all the major systems are seemingly safeguarded. They've replaced and fixed what they could. They bypassed what they couldn't. So the major systems should not be impacted. I mean, you're still getting some fluctuations on minor systems, but so far the main stuff's okay.
Cool. Commander, to the best of my knowledge, the Artemis should hold up. We've done what we can, and she should be able to take it.
Understood. Bridge out. Help? Take us in.
Aye, Commander.
Commander Walden? Let's not spend too. I don't want to spend. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to spend too much time deep inside. I want you to conduct your scan as quickly as possible.
Of course, Commander, we'll get what we need and get out.
Two, huh? I'm feeling in on 4 days, just in case. So I'll give you one threat to momentum. Helm operations for focus?
Yep. dear God.
At this rate, she's just gonna take my character's place.
I know, right? She's gonna take your job. Yeah, the ship is loving this. It's a second crit success.
Apparently. So let's 5 minutes.
Yeah, Kate. Five.
Free float. Lights to Queen of Venice. That's Walker's got this down. That you know, she's able to navigate around these dark matter pockets pretty easily. For an advantage.
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll basically give you what the engineer has, but for contest temporarily while you're in the nebula. You know, you could direct an advantage somewhere. Okay. So Walker takes the ship in, steady as she goes, piloting around expertly any pockets of gravitational fields that are in her path. Pretty smooth for this. There is parts of turbulence, some severe. You know, it'll knock over a cup somewhere. You know, pictures on the wall might fall in quarters, but all in all, pretty steady sailing as she moves the ship to close range to give the sensors close range scan of the dark matter pocket.
Perfect. So, yeah, I guess Walden will blast him with the high-resolution sensors.
Oh, did I not put a difficulty to this? Okay. So we'll call this this scan. I'm just making sure some things here. Yeah, we'll call this base difficulty 4. I'm going to give comp range 2, though.
Said it was reason science.
Yeah. Reason or insight science, I think.
Div 2, comp 2, roger. Take a thread or reroll. And I guess I can re-roll my.
Yeah, and I guess
Zero for momentum.
technically this is diff 3.
Nothing. Well, just met the difficulty.
It's diff 3?
But we had advanced sensors. Sorry, it was diff 4?
Yeah, it was diff 4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's 6. Can I use my determination on the value I finish what I start?
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Sweet. Complete reroll.
I'd like to use the Athos superpower to give him back his point of determination by spending
Sure.
3 momentum.
Yep. Hey.
There you go.
Complete reroll worked. Okay. As you begin to start up your scan, the red alert Caxons start firing. As on the con panel, the con officer detects. Where are my notes? So the red alert Caxon starts to sound as the ship begins to violently shake, and the shields are stressed to their max. The con officer detects an unknown particle burst emanating from the pocket, and it is heading directly towards the ship.
Helm, evasive maneuvers. Get us out of here.
All right. Since I have all this threat, I am dumping a lot of. I'm going to make this Diff 5 Comp 3. Or, sorry, Comp 2. As the particles are bigger and more expansive as it starts heading toward your ship.
Here's going to get out of the centered chair and assist Walker.
Yep, I'll allow
if you allow it.
Yeah.
Said daring con.
This could be daring or control.
Control. Ham operations for focus.
Yep.
Take 3 threats and spending 3 momentum to roll 5 dice.
Captain walks on the bridge just as the red alert sounds, apparently. Oh, wow. Sorry, Commander, I think you are out of a job.
Presence con for the assist.
Yeah.
Helm, operations for focus.
Sorry, what?
Helm operations for focus. Sorry, I've tried to laugh. I hit the roll.
Yeah. And still need the ship. Yeah, I told you the ship is loving this environment. It has not missed a focus yet.
So that's 13.
Yeah. Would I say this was Diff 5? So gain 8.
We have 3 flipped. 3 flipped.
So with all the early warnings, all of the preparation, the structural integrity increases, all of that, not only does Ensign Walker totally dodge with enough warning to get out of the way of this unknown particle surge, she does it in a way that the ship is not even impacted in the slightest. In fact, there is only the slight bit of turbulence as the particles float by. However, I will say that if it did hit you, it had the power to do some major damage.
Good work, Ensign. Captain on deck.
So, what have I missed?
We tend to probably there's dark matter pockets within the nebula that are creating gravitational anomalies. We're attempting to gain more information. We nearly dodged the gravitational swell. Enters for power problems. Engineering reports that several of the EPS conduits haven't been replaced and well. So in 80 years, and are starting to degrade to the point that it's causing power failures. Engineering estimates it will take 2 weeks to repair those, but they have rerouted power from the affected areas to ensure that we don't lose ship systems abilities.
Understood. What more about this dark matter pockets?
I believe Commander Walden is analyzing the data now.
Yes, Commander.
As the ship's sensors finally penetrate the dark matter pocket, the crew hold their breath in anticipation. The view screen flickers on, and a stream of data begins to flow in, revealing a breathtaking discovery. Instead of the expected void, the sensors unveil a swirling maelstrom of energy particles glowing with an otherworldly luminescence. These unique energy particles defy known physics, their interactions and behavior suggesting an almost limitless potential for harnessing power. These particles move in complex, graceful patterns, forming intricate dynamic structures that seem to almost pulse with life itself.
Well, that's a beautiful sight. So, what do we see, people?
Walden will be, after a brief moment of mesmerization, trying to determine what exactly he's looking at.
Feel free to ask questions.
So are we looking at some sort of wormhole?
As you look through the sensors, you get that bit of information to your question.
Captain, these particles are extraordinary. They show signs of quantum entanglement over vast distances. There's many applications that these particles could be used for. This is a remarkable discovery.
Interesting. Is that all that, sir?
There's a lot of information, so if you ask questions, I'm just giving you guys stuff.
We see this on the view screen, right?
Yeah, I could keep it up if you guys.
But nah, it's okay. That thing telepathically sensing anything from it, I assume.
Just checking my notes. No, you do not.
Kira's not the scientific type, so. I'm sure Staffy would love to establish a research station here to study this. Or at least post a dedicated science vessel for analysis.
Kane will come up to the bridge.
And you see the site on the view screen as you do.
My God. We're seeing the sensor readings in engineering, but this is just stunning.
Is there any way that we can capture these particles for further study?
At the moment, you can't think of anything that might be able to contain it. You would probably have to build something and able to do that.
If I may, The sensor readings that we received in engineering that we were poring over, just these particles are obviously extremely high energy. We were able to convert these into energy. I mean, it'd be enough to power an entire city for potentially years. It looks like, physically at least, we should be able to convert roughly 100% of the particle's energy into usable power. I mean, it's incredible. It's nothing compared to, well, quite frankly, the matter-antimatter power source that we're currently using on this ship. It'd be incredible if we could make use of it.
Perhaps we can find some way to capture them and further study these particles.
Well, I know that we would certainly be interested in that. I'm sure that you would too, Commander Walden. Endlessly fascinating. GM, is there... I don't even know how you would be able to capture something like this. I'm assuming the chief engineer would be aware of maybe a collection device on board that we could use to scoop up some samples.
You're aware of all the devices. However, you don't think that you can safely contain it without developing something.
Okay. Well, Commander, if you would allow us, I would be very interested in hacking together some sort of solution to collect a few samples of these particles, A, for study, and B, for potential engineering applications.
I agree completely. I'm sure we can figure out a way to capture an example.
The ship doesn't seem to be any danger for the time being, and watch you two work on a way from it to create a suitable containment.
Understood, Commander.
Aye, sir. Imagine one of the engineering labs will have some of the equipment we'll need.
Yep.
Follow me,
For the
Commander.
time being, we'll just use engineering for this in lieu of a lab. Yeah, so just bounce off ideas off each other. You know, we'll kind of do like a pseudo scientific method thing here. But if you guys find a solution that I like, I'll give you a roll, and then we'll call that good.
Cool. So Kane will say, well, you'd be more of the expert than me, I would imagine, but considering it looks like these particles have very little, potentially no mass, I'm not sure any sort of gravitational containment would work. Do you think electromagnetic containment might work?
I was actually thinking of that exact theory myself. The other issue with containing these is the quantum entanglement. We'll have to find some way of using electromagnetic energy to compress these particles into such a way that they can be stored on board.
Okay.
Do we have any existing electromagnetic capable containment vessels that we could modify?
We have quite a bit on board. It's well, likely not going to be able to store a lot, but maybe we can get a bit of a sample. GM, I mean, I imagine. I mean, obviously, there's scientific equipment on board, and engineering sample containment equipment. Would Kane think that any of those things might be able to store it with maybe some modifications?
Yeah, I liked how you guys were talking. So I think you could probably modify one of the existing. It'll be difficult, but you could probably do it with a few modifications.
Okay.
I'm thinking base 5.
Ooh, damn.
We can get it with a determination spin, I think.
Yeah. Did you use your determination?
I did, but I got it back
Oh, nice.
from Exo Power.
Very nice. Yeah, I used mine, so we might have to rely on yours.
What would the task roll be?
I could see engineering. I could see science. Probably reason, insight, maybe. I could see control too.
Reason science is 15. I don't know if any of my focuses would apply.
Let me see. No.
Do you have any relevant focuses?
Let's see here. Yeah,
I don't think
again,
I don't think you do either.
I was about to say, unless you would take work field dynamics, which.
Well,
Yeah, I mean, actually, if we could maybe use a warp bubble to try to contain these things. I mean, they're massless, but like, presumably a warp bubble would like bend space-time, and they wouldn't have any other path to go in the container unless. Basically, like, we would be able to bend space-time in such a way that they would only have one path to go, which is around and around and around, I guess. So, I mean,
what he said.
yeah, like basically, like GM, what we would be doing is like using the same warp bubble to just not give it any way out of the container. If we could just keep the warp bubble stable.
I guess the big question I would have is how would you create that warp field?
Yeah. I mean, considering the only power source on the ship capable of creating a warp bubble would be the engines, and that uses matter antimatter. I don't know.
The hull
I mean,
plating, the deck hull the deck plating, generates a small molecule to give the essentially gravity on the ship.
huh. Yeah, could we That's the thing. I know they're massless particles, so like we wouldn't be able to manipulate it with gravity necessarily. But like, yeah, GM. I mean, if we could come up with a way to like use the hull plating to like create a mini warp bubble to like bend space time, that might work, I guess.
It's either we create the smallest knife in the history of Starfleet.
Yeah.
So we could maybe modify we could take apart one of the shuttlecraft. He'll use the warp welder to help generate a civil containment vessel.
How many shuttlecraft do we have on board?
I could see that. Using that. It will be massive, and it'll probably just take up one of your science bays. So you couldn't use one of your science labs for anything else other than this.
Yeah. No, I like that idea. I mean, shuttlecraft does have a warp core. Yeah, I mean, let's do it. Yeah, so my reason engineering is 16. If GM would accept warp field dynamics.
Yeah, if you're doing that route.
Okay. Yeah, like Walden, would you be able to apply your focus or your determination in this case?
Well, I think I can only apply it if I'm the primary roller.
Yeah, that's
otherwise it'll just be. I mean, we've got 6 momentum. Just spend all the momentum. Do you have cautious or bold? Like, just make sure you have that, and then I'll assist with reason science.
Okay. So bold would. Yep.
Do we get an assist from the ship as well if we're using science labs?
Yeah. No.
Okay. So yeah. What is that? Using a focus, take a threat for an extra die, which you get to 3. So I can reroll, and then it would be what, 2 and then 3, so that would be a total of 5 momentum to get to 5 dice roll.
All right, so I'm gonna make this a base 5 since I got threat. I'll make it a comp 2.
Gotcha. Oh, never mind. I just hit enter to roll. Hey, nice.
And then probably the assist from Casey. Yep. Salvaging some parts from some of the shuttles and some equipment you have in the lab, you convert some of the warp coils into a miniature warp containment field. So far, sound so good.
Yep.
Good to me.
And it's very miniature in scale. It, however, will create potential complications, as you always got to keep this thing powered. It can't ever lose its cohesion, so it has to be monitored pretty much around the clock. But you do think that it could contain some of these particles.
Well, Walden, I think we have it.
A great day for scientific discovery today. Certainly been a long time since I've really felt this this excited about a discovery on the frontier.
Certainly extremely interesting. I mean, even with the small amount that we're likely able to contain with this device, I mean, you could run your experiments. We could convert some of this into power if we're able to find a way. I mean, could be a lot to come out of this. Lots of papers, at the very least.
I was going to say the same thing myself. It's been a while since I've written anything. I have to brush up on my writing skills.
Right. Well, I guess in this case he'll tap his combat.
Where's the chirp? There it is.
Engineering to bridge.
Bridge here.
Commander Walden, I think that we may have come up with a containment device. It's going to be a bit finicky, and we'll have to very likely draw some additional power from the engines. Not enough to overly interfere with our warp capability, but just at least a little bit. But we think we have it if you'd like to collect some samples.
Understood. How are we collecting the samples?
That is a great question. GM, I'm assuming we can collect them from the ship?
That's something I didn't even think of, and it's a good question to have.
Yeah. Could we do something crazy like a spacewalk and attach it to the deflector dish and just collect some?
I'm just looking through my notes to see what makes the most sense. Because I don't think you could get a lock on it with a transporter, so that's out. You don't want to be doing a spacewalk because, you know, nebula and dangerous.
Good call.
So here's kind of like what I'm thinking. You beam this temporarily into space. Draw some of the particles into it, you know, by some means, and then you transport it back into the ship. I think that makes the most sense, is to try to draw them into this thing. Unless you guys have another solution that's cooler.
Guess we could drop the window and hang it out the window. Collect a few.
Collect it with a
Yes.
shirt.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know if the Bassard collectors do that.
You know, that's probably a good idea, using the Bassard collectors. You know, pick up some area of space. They're probably in there, and you just snag a few.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes the most sense. So this would probably be a piloting thing then. You know, a piloting check to collect, and then probably an engineering thing to collect it from the collectors. Yeah, so I'm thinking Diff 3 con task, and then a Diff 2 to collect it. Diff 2 engineering to collect it.
helm operations for focus.
Yep.
Give you 2 threat and spending 1 momentum.
Do you have a reroll for the complication?
Well, it's supporting characters, so they don't get
Oh.
they don't have a
so-
talent.
So that would be a no then.
We take that as threat.
Yeah, that's fine, because the next roll is going to be more complicated. So the pilot heads toward one of the streams of these particles. You flip on the Bassard collectors, and as the engineering team is looking through the Bassard collectors, you do notice some in there. But I'm going to make this a difficulty 2, complication 4 to collect.
Do you want to take that task, Kane, or should I have a 15 control science.
And what was the role?
It was control, engineering, or science. Difficulty 2, comp 2.
Yeah, I have 14.
Science or engineering, sorry.
Gotcha. Yeah, 14.
Okay.
And then no focus, I think. So.
I don't think I have a focus as well either. Would the engineer be able to assist me? We're still working together on this.
Yeah.
Okay. I will generate a threat for a third dice and reroll. I don't think any of my focuses apply, probably. So you take deflector operations? I don't know. But even our Bassard collectors. It's another MacGuffin.
Yeah, I have no idea. Hey. Oh, there is a complication because it is comp 4. And you rolled a 19.
Comp 4? Or, oh, 4 to collect. I saw comp 2.
Yeah, I since there's a complication and some threat. Oh, you had a reroll. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had a reroll. Kane's still.
Yeah, he rolled this. No, you rolled the 4. That's good. Cool. And as you sift through the Bassard collectors and what they collected, you're able to find a few particles that were sucked in along with it, and you are able to successfully capture. Let me roll a quick random dice. You are able to collect about 21 particles. And successfully contain
it. Walden will tap his comm badge. Walden to the bridge.
Go ahead.
We've managed to capture a number of these molecules, about 21 of them, and are now being held in one of our science labs. Everything seems to be stable.
Understood. Good work, gentlemen.
Right, anything else you guys would like to do?
Nothing on my end.
Nope, me neither.
All right, cool. If there's nothing else for nothing else, I think we can call this the end of Nebula's Veil.